Welcome back to ETV. I'm Ned Taslaman.
And I'm Jess Kunz, and this is your weekly news update. New Paschy Chancellor Frank T. Brogan was on campus Thursday, November 7th to address students, faculty, and administration members in an open forum. Brogan talked about his goals for Paschy schools and the experience he brings to his position. Edinboro was one stop on a 14-school tour. Brogan came to Paschy from the State University System of Florida.
Edinboro women alumni are celebrating women in film this week with a screening of the film Fish Tank at the Erie Art Museum. Fish Tank was directed by Andrea Darby, an Academy Award-winning English filmmaker, media artist, educator, curator, and art professor. Adriana Finelli will be the guest speaker. Edinboro University's Women Philanthropy Council will host the reception before the screening. This event is open to faculty, staff, and alumni. The reception begins at 5 p.m. Tickets are $5 and can be purchased at the door.
On Tuesday, students from nearly every department will compete in the 7th Annual College Bowl. Teams will compete for prizes and the chance to represent Edinboro at the National Association of Quiz Tournaments in the spring. Students from both undergraduate and graduate programs will compete. The event will begin at 4:45 p.m. in the Pogue Student Center multi-purpose room.
Edinboro Film Series' next Spotlight Filmmaker event is this Thursday at the Pogue Student Center. There will be a screening of the film Triple Divide. The film tells the story of the reality of fracking in Pennsylvania. There will be a question and answer session with the filmmakers after the screening. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. in the multi-purpose room, and the screening begins at 8:30 p.m. Admission is free for Edinboro students and $5 for the general public.
The music department will host a student showcase on Monday, November 18th at 7:30 p.m. in the Alexander Recital Hall. The guitar ensemble, singers from the opera workshop, the saxophone quartet, and other musicians will perform. Admission is free and open to the public.
If you're graduating this December, don't forget about the grad fair this Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 6 p.m. in the Pogue Student Center. You can pick up your commencement tickets, complete your financial aid and exit interviews, and tape your introductory video. Other services will also be available. Stay tuned because coming up we have entertainment, global news, and sports.
Give up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome to Entertainment and Global News. I'm Chaz. Amazon signed a deal with the U.S. Postal Service this week that will guarantee deliveries on Sundays. Amazon previously delivered only 6 days a week. Sunday delivery charges are the same as any other day of the week. The service will be available in New York and Los Angeles and will expand to other cities in 2014. After 60 years hidden away, a religious mural depicting 2 military servicemen was unveiled Sunday at St. Peter's Chelsea Church in Manhattan. The mural shows 2 servicemen kneeling before Jesus. It was presented to the church in 1946. The church decided to cover it in 1954 because it portrayed militaristic themes. The painting was unveiled just in time for Veterans Day. The Fox hit Glee has taken a ratings hit. Only 4 million people tuned in last week, with only 1.5 million in the adult demographic. The last time Glee had such low ratings was last Thanksgiving. Be sure to stay tuned because coming up is weather, followed by sports.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Hello everyone, I'm Dorean Churn. Let's take a look at the week's weather forecast. And I love these new graphics we got. On Monday, we're going to start off with rain showers. Highs 43 with a low of 26 degrees. But guess what, everyone? It's back. Tuesday, snow showers all day, mind you, folks. 1 to 2 inches is likely. Highs 32 with a low of 24 degrees. It's going to be frigid. On Wednesday, hump day, everyone, the same thing as Tuesday. More snow showers likely, but it will be winding down towards the latter part of the day. But we're still cold. Highs 34 with a low of 25 degrees. And on Thursday, oh, what do you know? Sun gets to peek in finally. Highs 42 with a low of 29 degrees. It's still going to be cold on the lows, folks. But on Friday, the last day of the school week, we have partly cloudy skies. Highs 45 with a low of 32 degrees. And let's start on the weekend. Saturday, yeah, we get to see some sunny skies with some high clouds. Highs 48 with a low of 39 degrees. And on Sunday, the new start of the new school week, we start off with partly cloudy skies. Highs 51 with a low of 44 degrees. And let's take a look at today's trivia question. Which type of cloud is the highest in the atmosphere? A, cirrus, B, altostratus, C, cumulus, or D, nimbostratus? You can X D out, and you can X, well, the answer is A. Cirrus is the highest cloud that in the atmosphere. So, hey, you learn something every week here on ETV. Well, stay tuned after our commercial breaks for sports.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car.
Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
I'm Bryan Deibel here with your weekly Fighting Scots sports update. Edinboro football took on the Clarion Golden Eagles this past weekend. It was senior night and the Scots' last home game of the season. The Scots would get on the board first after pinning the Eagles' offense at the 6-yard line and forcing a fumble in the end zone, resulting in a safety. The Eagles would score a touchdown on their next possession, but the Fighting Scots answered right back when John Gervin threw up a pass to Marcus Johnson for a 30-yard touchdown pass. That brought the score to 9-7, and that's the way it would stay, giving Edinboro the win. The Fighting Scots would finish with 257 yards total. Quarterback John Gervin ended the day completing 16 of 34 passes for 146 yards and 1 touchdown, and Marcus Johnson moved into 4th place in career receptions with 139. And he also is 4th for Edinboro in career receiving yards with 2,869 yards. The win brings Edinboro up to 5-5 overall and 3-4 in the PSAC West. The 4th-ranked women's soccer team had a heartbreaking PSAC quarterfinal loss early last week to the 5th-ranked Shippensburg Raiders. The game went into double overtime shootout after a scoreless regulation game. The Scots were unable to get the win after the shootout, dropping their record to 12-5 overall and knocking them out of the PSAC tournament. The Scots still have a chance to make the Atlantic Region tournament if they remain ranked 6th in the region. The NCAA tournament field will be announced Monday, November 11th, and if they are elected, it will be their 3rd consecutive year. 3 of the Edinboro women's soccer players were also recognized last week as members of the 2013 First Team All-PSAC. Liz Debo, Becca Costello, and Laura Lee Clements were given the First Team honors. The honors are given to exceptional players based on things like goals scored, assists, and defensive performance. The women's volleyball team traveled to California this past weekend to take on the Vulcans. The Fighting Scots lost the matchup 3-1 and are now to the now 26-5 Vulcans. Megan Branchick led the Edinboro attack with 16 kills, followed by Mara Maycock with 10. Haley Merritt helped the Fighting Scots defense with a game-high 23 digs, while Tabitha Meeks added 17. The loss drops the Fighting Scots to 16-18 overall and 7-13 in PSAC play. The Fighting Scots finish up their season taking on first place Clarion on Friday at 7 p.m. before hosting IUP on Saturday at 3 p.m. The men's wrestling team headed to the Michigan State Open this past weekend. The Fighting Scots placed 12 wrestlers, led by A.J. Shop's first-place performance in the Open Division. Shop dominated the 133-pound weight class, going 5-0 with 4 falls. Other impressive performances by the Scots were Mitch Port, who made it to the semifinals at 144 pounds, Corey Mines, who captured the 3rd place at 125 pounds, and heavyweight Ernest James, who took home 5th place, going 4-1 with 3 falls. Edinboro's next matchup is Saturday, November 16th, as the 10th-ranked Fighting Scots will travel to Virginia to face off against the 14th-ranked Virginia Tech. The men's and women's swim team traveled to Bloomsburg this past weekend. The men lost their matchup 144-101, while the women got their 5th win of the season, 135-127, which keeps them undefeated in dual meets for the year. The men's team was the closest they've become in a dual meet this year. Nick Wilkinson had one of the best performances of the day for Edinboro, winning the 100-yard backstroke with a time of 54.82 and placing 2nd in the 200-yard backstroke, finishing only 0.29 seconds behind the winner. On the women's side, they won 2 relays and 7 individual events. Alex Burden and Godez Tinkin led off the Fighting Scots with 2 individual wins each and also helped to win one of their relays. The Fighting Scots returned to action at the Worcester Invitational, which is December 5th through the 7th. Lastly, the men's and women's cross-country teams traveled to Lock Haven to compete in the Atlantic Region meet. The Edinboro women's teams claimed the first NCAA Division Atlantic Region Championship since 2007, while the men's placed 2nd to Lock Haven. On the women's side, 4 runners earned all-region honors, led by Sarah Krolik, who placed 2nd in 20:51, just 6 seconds behind the leader. Casey Jones was next to the Fighting Scots, taking 7th in 21:04, followed by Emily Ahrens, placing 11th, and Megan Moffitt, placing 20th. And on the men's side, all 7 borough runners earned all-region honors. Matt Link took 4th place running the 10K course in a time of 30:45, followed by Michael Thielman 5th and Tim McConnell in 15th. Both teams placed high enough to earn bids to the national meet in Spokane, Washington on November 23rd. That's all the Fighting Scots sports action I have for you this week. Stay tuned next week for more.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Well, that's all we have for you this week.
Tune in next week for more news.
And feel free to email us at edinborotv@gmail.com.
Or tweet us at Boro Television.
Thanks for watching.